What's up? What's up? What's up? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I wanted to get on here really quickly and talk about the power of taking back your own power and not caring about what other people think about you. And the reason that this has been on my mind and on my heart all day to make this video is because, I wasted so many years worrying about what other people thought about me. And was a factor in just about every area of my life, okay, whether it was business or whether it was personal, trying to make sure things were a certain way and then getting offended if somebody didn't like the way that I was doing something. And it's weird because my persona isn't like that. My persona comes off as being this, strong woman and this tough woman, and she can handle this and she can handle that. And so I wore that really well, right? And but the truth is, there were things that people would say and do that would just offend me to my core, right? Especially when it came to business. Family, you can always expect sometimes family just gonna do some tripped out things, right? But you can kind of get over that because at the end of the day, it's family, right? But when you're dealing in business and you have people that do some messed up things to you, or say some messed up things about you, or just do some foul things, right? Maybe they don't like you for whatever reason. And I struggled with that for a long time because I wanted to be liked by everybody, right? And I used to try to tell myself, like, oh, it doesn't matter who doesn't like me, da 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 da. But it wasn't really real. I wasn't being authentic. I had to get some years of wisdom before I understood the power in not worrying about who likes you and who doesn't like you, and really genuinely, authentically being okay with it. And baby, when I came to that real realization, it was as if a weight was lifted off of me. Now, of course, do you want to do things that people are pleased with? Do you want to do things that make people feel good? Of course, absolutely. But there comes a point in time, I'm going to talk about business, so I'm going to say especially in business, but this can pertain, I can't get the word out, pertain to family too. But there comes a point in time when you have to be that person. Is like, look, I am not going to be for everyone, and you have to be okay with it. And when you get into business, especially the business that I'm in, which is network marketing, you're going to build teams. You're going to come across people, and you're going to build teams that are going to go into the hundreds, the thousands, and tens of thousands and beyond, right? Especially if you're in this for a period of time and if you're serious about it. And you just cannot let your feelings get hurt because a handful of people, don't like you. A handful of people say something foul about you. A handful of people, don't want to follow your leadership. It's really okay, right? And a handful of people, you have to put it in perspective, because when you have a team that's thousands of people, your handful of people might mean 500 people or 1,000 people. And if you focus on just the 500 people or the 1,000 people or the 10,000 people that don't like you, that got a problem with you, you'll never be able to grow beyond that because you're focusing on the wrong things. If you have a team that's 500 people, 400 people, 30 people, and you focus on the 5, the 10, or the 100 that don't like you, you're never going to be able to grow and develop as a leader. It's really okay. You cannot allow that to make you quit and step away from your dreams. Like, you have to have that no quit mentality. You absolutely have to have it. No matter who quits, no matter who does what, no matter who says what, you have to have that grit. You got to have that grit in you of no, that you're not going to quit. There's I was on a live last night. It was at midnight. It's from one of my favorite people that I follow here in Little Rock, Arkansas, right? And she put out a notification, I think through email, that she was going live later on that night. Now, normally, I try to get my sleep at midnight, right? But when I saw that she was going live and what she was going to be speaking about, I was like, this is going to be good. Let me get my notebook ready. And sure enough, she went live, right? And she was just dropping nuggets, gems. I mean, this person has made millions of dollars. And she was just giving the goods, like really dropping some heavy gems and really providing value for people, right? And I'm just sitting there writing. And as she's on this live, she's talking about, what's going on in her personal life as well, even though most of it was focused on business. But she was telling what was happening in her personal life because it affected, or it wasn't going to affect her business life, right? And she was just letting that be clear. And there was a troll. There were a couple of trolls on there. And I've been on plenty of lives before with people that have just hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers and millions of followers. And I've seen trolls get on there and say some foul things. But these particular trolls last night were just really, they took foul to a whole different level. And, at first, it was really just getting to me. I'm like, how can somebody be so insensitive? How can somebody be up with nothing else to do in their life, right? But get on here and say these foul things to this woman about this woman. I mean, some really hurtful things. And I was like, you know what, Sakina, talking to myself, there was a lesson in here for me to learn. So I just started observing how she was handling it, right? And I knew that I was up watching this not only for the content, the amazing content that she was providing, the amazing value that she was providing, but there was also a lesson here for me to see how she was handling these trolls, right? And so it also made me think about, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, no matter how successful you become, there are always going to be people that don't like you. So you might as well live the life that you were meant to be. You might as well go out and do the things that you want to do. You might as well get out of your comfort zone, because people are going to talk about you anyway. You got to give them something to talk about and be okay with it. And like I said, when I was on her live and I was just watching, and I'm thinking, man, this is crazy, with this incredible success that this woman has, with the amount of people that she has helped all around the world. There is still people on here that are so low down that they would actually get on here on her live and say these things. And then it also made me feel sorry for that person or those people. I believe there were two. It made me feel sorry for them, because I thought, man, if you don't have nothing else going on in your life, and if the only way you can get some kind of attention or get some kind of conversation is to come from a negative place, you must be really feeling real low in your own life, So at that point, I stopped focusing on what they were putting in the chat, and I went back to focusing on her content. And I'm so grateful that I did. And this is what I would suggest to you too. You have to, when people have said things about me or have gossiped about me, or, say that they don't fool with me or whatever, it used to offend me. And I'm cool if somebody don't fool with me. It don't mean like something's wrong with them because they don't fool with me, right? Because I'm not for everybody, just like everybody is not for me. But when it comes to when you're hearing some hurtful things, or you see some people do some foul things, you have to really pray for that person. And you have to really come from a place of authenticity and hear that you really want nothing for the best for them. It is so freeing that it's like it's your superpower. It's like your superpower can be one of giving forgiveness when people, may not even respond to you in a way. Having that, let your superpower be that giving grace to people. Giving grace, because you never know what a person is going through. And a lot of times when that person is turning that negativity on you, or try to send that negativity on you, or if you're in business and they're not trying to participate in what you got going on, they don't want to follow your leadership, 9 times out of 10 there's some things that they need to work out within them, and God may be doing you a huge favor by keeping them away from you, by keeping them away from your meetings, by keeping them away from your area, right? Because you don't need that kind of negativity to you, in your space. So you have to look at those things as blessings. You have to look at those things as guidance. And you also have to look at those things as that's just what it is, right? And you continue to move forward. You continue to grow. You continue to flourish, because can't nobody stop you, because what's for you, no man, no woman, nothing that's created can take away or stop what's supposed to come to you. Nothing. And what you're not supposed to have, nobody can give to you. And when you move with that kind of flow, when you move with that kind of thought process, then it takes away the worry. It takes away the stress of, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, and this person is, and that person is, and that person said this, and this. It takes away all of that. And you can move freely. You can do your thing. You can be about you. These are some of the things that I wish I would have learned early on, right? It could have saved me years of stress and headache, but I'm grateful that I learned it so that I get to pass that on to you. So I hope you found some value in that. Just continue to be great. Just go ahead and get started with whatever it is you're doing. Step out there on that faith, because you know you can't have faith and worry at the same time. You got to pick your team. Which one? Which one are you going to pick? You know, the team of worry or the team of faith? I hope you pick the team of faith, because that's always the winning team, no matter what the situation is, no matter who says what, no matter who does what. The team of faith is always the winning team. Y'all have a fantastic day.